or miserable about something. You can be simply miserable. Hello? Six? Or you can be simply happy. You can simply sit here just by yourself and be very loving. You can sit here and be terrified about nothing. Because human experience is not created from outside. Human experience is happening from within. So what happens from within may sometimes find outside stimulus, but you can work it even without external stimulus. Hello? All of you are experts, aren't you? Without any external stimulus, you can create pain, you can create joy, you can create misery, you can create anger, love, fear, whatever you want. Because the seat of experience is within you. Only thing is you are not sitting there, you're crawling around it. You're supposed to be sitting there on the seat. If you were sitting on the seat of your experience, you would decide what should be the nature of your experience. Right now, because you're crawling around, something happens accidentally. We find an excuse. It's because of this guy I'm suffering. Even if he's not there, we would find somebody else. Hello? If that guy is not there, we'll find somebody else. If that is not there, we'll find something else. So, this is not about something. This is about that you have not taken charge of the seat of your experience, that's all. You just need an excuse. And the world will, of course, the world is quite enthusiastic about providing you the excuses. It will. They will provide lots of excuses. But believe me, if you were alone in the desert, you would still go through all these things without anybody around you, without any threat to your life. Yes or no? So, this is the fundamental flaw with life. Instead of fixing myself, I want to fix the whole world. Well, do what you want. You can't even fix one more person absolutely in your life. Hello? 100%? Did you get anybody ever just the way you want, 100%? Did you? Even… they're telling me even robotic machines have their own characteristics, they do their own thing. Even if you have a dog these days, they do their own thing. Yes, because you couldn't fix anybody, that's why you try to settle with a dog. But even that guy does his own thing. You can never fix anything outside of you 100%. If at all, if you're looking for that kind of success, 100%, you can only try with this guy. Try anybody else, you will fail. Yes or no? Hello? Try anybody, you will definitely fail. There's only one. This one, you could do him 100% the way you want. If you manage this one the way you want, where is the question of fear, suffering, misery, all this? This is not because of situations. This is because of the state we are in. Because no investment has been made for the being. First of all, we must decide, are we human beings or are we human creatures? The difference between a creature and a being is, a creature is a consequence of compulsive reactions to everything around us. That's a creature. A being means you know how to be. If you knew how to be, would you be blissed out? Or would you make yourself fearful or miserable or what? What's your choice? You must choose, I'm going to bless you just now. Definitely, highest level of pleasantness, isn't it, for yourself? What you want for your neighbor may be debatable, but what you want for yourself is very clear, highest level of pleasantness. Why such a simple thing is not happening? It is not happening because, we gave you a very complex machine. Peak of evolution on this planet is you. If you were an earthworm, you wouldn't have these problems. Just eating, sleeping, reproducing, dying, you are fine. You're doing great as a creature. But you became human. Now it's a very complex machine. But you don't even bother to read the user's manual. Simply somehow you want to do it. Such a complex machine, if you try to do it somehow, accidentally, oh, it will cause much pain. Unable to bear pain, most people have given up on joy and moving towards pleasure. You must understand this. The need for entertainment and pleasure in the world has increased simply because there's no joy. If really human beings were joyful, they would not need so much entertainment and pleasure in their life. Pleasure becomes a compulsion when there is no joyfulness, and if you don't cause pleasure with something or the other, pain is just waiting in the background, just there. So, fear is not about something. Fear is just your inability to manage your thoughts. They are running away ahead of you. Fear is always about something that's yet to happen, isn't it?
Yes.
So that means you are suffering something that does not exist. If you suffer something that does not exist, there are medically very bad terms for that. It's not about one human being, it's just literally 99% of the human population is in this condition. Different levels maybe, but 99% of the human population is in this condition. They are suffering things which do not exist. What happened 10 years ago, they still suffer. What may happen day after tomorrow, they already suffer. What happened 10 years ago does not exist right now. What may happen day after tomorrow does not exist right now. But things that don't exist, they suffer simply because two major faculties that you have which sets you apart distinctly from other creatures is, you have a very vivid sense of memory and a fantastic sense of imagination. These two faculties, which are the best things you have, this is what most human beings are suffering. They are suffering their memory and they are suffering their imagination. These are the greatest tools you have. So, what should have been the most fantastic well-being? When I say well-being, you know Charles Darwin, that guy, the English guy? Hello? He said, all of you were monkeys, not me. That all of you were monkeys and you became human. So, essentially, on this planet, you're the peak of evolution. You agree with me or no?
Yes.
So if you are the peak of evolution, that means you have come with the highest level of faculties. Because there are so many possibilities of being human, because your life is not fixed like that of a creature. When I say not fixed like a creature, for every other creature, nature has drawn two lines within which they live and die. The reason why an animal's life looks so much simpler and better is because there are no possibilities. So what human beings are suffering is their possibilities. If you destroy the possibilities, you will also be fine. If you want, we can have a portion of your brain removed. You will be so peaceful, you will not know fear, you will not know suffering, you will not know anxiety, you will not know nothing. All we have to do is take away the possibilities. With the possibilities, the problems are also gone. So right now the problem is the fantastic possibilities that have been invested in us. So to take away the possibilities, either we can remove your brain or we can soak it in whiskey. Both ways you can do it. You take away the faculties, then you're okay. So, the problem is just this, that when you're given something so complex, you need to spend a certain amount of time knowing the nature of the machine that you're using. See, some people are handling these cameras. That's not a spacecraft. It's a simple enough machine. But I'm sure these guys have spent years trying to know it the best. Just any of you get there and do it, what'll happen out of it? Just see a simple machine like a camera. Yes or no? Somebody invested their life. The better they know it, the better they use it. Is it so? Hello?
Yes.
Why is that not true with this? The better you know this, the better you use it, isn't it? So if you know it really well, people say you're realized.
But I think most of us, especially when we come to the level in which we're acknowledging of you, that we all have the urge to improve ourselves.
No, they should not improve themselves.
Why?
Because fear also may improve, misery also may improve. It's happening to a lot of people. See, why did we invent this idea of education? 20-25 years of investment of life. Nearly 1/3 of effective human life is invested in school and college for most people. So tell me, are educated people more joyful and fantastic compared to uneducated people?
No, but that's not the only way to improve yourself. I don't only look at that in improving yourself, that's just…
No, I'm saying that was the idea behind it, isn't it?
I don't know. I mean, it's talking about it from far from a human perspective to reach your highest potential. Until you manufacture, you don't even exist anymore.
No, I'm saying improvement as an idea is not a good idea. What you need is realization, that you realize what is the nature of your existence. From that, you do whatever. If it's a physical activity, you can improve. You can improve how you're doing something in the world, but you cannot improve this one. It's a fake thing. If you realize everything is settled, otherwise anyway it's a struggle. When situations are good, you pretend that you're improved. When situations turn against you, you will see who is who. When everything is going well, everybody is fantastic, you know. When life turns against you, still are you fantastic? That's the question.
I don't know. I think most people take life as it comes. From my experience, I never thought any good would ever happen to me. Just from being brought up in my environment, in my neighborhood, that you always saw bad things. People died. It was just normal seeing people die, seeing prostitutes, just seeing that kind of filth and stuff. It was normal. Matter of fact, it was even honorable because it became so normal. We normalized it.
So it's like this. In the yogic culture, we always use lotus flower as a symbolism for human growth and development. Lotus flower grows best wherever filth is really thick. So, why we're using lotus as a example or a symbolism is, this grows well because there is filth. It stays in the filth, but untouched and fragrant. So this is a choice that all of us have. Either we can develop allergy to filth and run away and live in a mountain cave. There also filth will follow you in your head, it won't leave you. Or we can become part of the filth. Or we can blossom into a fragrant flower. This is a choice every human being has every moment of their life. Will they exercise this choice? That is a question mark.
Yeah, I'm very flowerful. Right?
Definitely are. You definitely are. Sadhguru, how does one begin to read the user manual?
So, user's manual means there is a systematic way of observing simple things. When I say simple things, it is a fact that what you call as myself right now is largely the physical body. This is an accumulated dimension of who you are. You gathered it over a period of time, isn't it? It's a food that you've eaten, it's just slowly gathered. So this is called as Annamaya Kosha, that means this is a food body. So what kind of food you're putting into your system has a consequence. Well, everybody may grow up like that, but the question is it fulfilling the purpose of being a being, human being, not a human creature? Is it supporting your nature of being a human being? That's a question. Well, when it was a question of survival, we ate whatever came our way. That's a different matter. But now survival is taken care of, it's a time that we need to pay attention. If we want to be human being, what kind of body should I possess? Will it support my being or will it make me into a reactive process? All creatures, nothing wrong with them. You take a tiger or an elephant or a snake, nothing wrong with them, they are perfect creatures. Only thing is limited possibilities, isn't it? Hello? What else is wrong with them? Nothing is wrong with them, they're just fine. It's just that limited possibility. You got promoted to be a human being, this simply means enormous possibilities. If possibilities are not harnessed and explored, you have enormous problems. What you are experiencing as problems are actually possibilities nudging you to explore. When you don't, they will freak you, and they should, because otherwise you may slip back in the evolutionary scale. It can happen to any human being. So, one thing is the physical body. Of course, you have a thought process, you have an emotional structure, or let's say the psychological scape. Mind is not just in one place. Every cell in the body has its own intelligence and memory. Actually, in every cell in your body, there is more memory and more intelligence than your entire brain put together. Even million years ago, how your forefathers were, even their skin tone, your body still remembers, isn't it? So, the amount of memory that is there in every cell in your body is far bigger than what you hold in your mind. Even if it comes to the complexity of what every cell, the activity that it's performing, your brain is nowhere capable of managing that. So, we don't see intelligence or mind as one place, the entire body. So this is a body of intelligence. Because people have gotten trapped in their own thought process, they think intelligence is only here. This entire system is full of intelligence, isn't it? Do you know how to manage your kidneys? I'm asking you. You know.
Drink a lot of water. No liquor.
That doesn't solve everything.
Oh, man.
Many water drinkers have died too soon. I'm asking, the complexity of any one organ, are you able to manage consciously? No. It is
Why do we believe we can, though?
Huh?
Why do we believe we can?
Because we are full of bullshit.
Yeah. We're pretty delusional, pretty much.
Yes. Everything that we do not know, we want to believe. We are still not straight enough to come to this place. What I know, I know. What I do not know, I do not know. Whatever I do not know, I believe. Well, You can bull yourself like this for some time. Because, can I tell you a joke?
Yeah, please. It's getting too tense here.
So this happened, a bull and a pheasant were grazing upon the field. The bull was chomping on the grass and the pheasant was picking ticks off the bull, partnership. There's a huge tree at the edge of the field and the pheasant looked up at the tree very nostalgically and said, "Oh alas, there was a time I could fly to the topmost branch of the tree. Now I do not have enough strength in my wing even to get to the first branch." The bull very nonchalantly said, "That's no issue. Just eat a little bit of my dung every day. You will get to the topmost branch of the tree within a fortnight." The pheasant said, "Oh, come on, what kind of rubbish is that?" The bull said, "Really, try it and see, the whole humanity is on it." So the pheasant started pecking at the dung, and lo, on the first day itself he reached the first branch of the tree. Within a fortnight, he did hit the topmost branch of the tree. He went and sat there on the topmost branch of the tree, just beginning to enjoy the scenery. The old farmer who was rocking on the rocking chair saw a fat old pheasant sitting on top of the tree. He pulled out his shotgun and shot the bird off the tree. The moral of the story is, many times even bullshit can get you to the top, but it never lets you stay there. So people are trying to bull themselves into well-being. Somehow tell yourself funny, fanciful things and feel good for some time, but full of fear. So full of fear. The entire humanity is full of fear because they're flying on bullshit. Unfortunately, they create all kinds of authorities which will dish out this bullshit. A time is coming, a very good time is coming, where human intellect has fired in such a way that anything that is not logically correct, most people cannot digest anymore. Slowly we're getting there. So a time is coming when truth will be the only authority. Authority can never be the truth in future. So good times are coming. It's just that we must hurry it up so that it happens in our times.
Hey, where are you from?
I don't know, but when I come to United States, every time I stand near the immigration lines, they make me stand in a line which says resident alien.
Oh, man. No, you told me you're from that town in India. Where that far from the Taj Mahal you were telling me earlier?
About?
Where you from?
Oh, the town?
India, yeah.
Oh, Mysore. Mysuru, it's called today.
Yeah. How did you get on your path?
I thought I'm in a chair.
No. How did you get on the path to meeting people like this, like us? How did we get engaged? How did you start doing this? What made you believe you can do this?
Again, you're talking about belief. Let me clear that first. See, belief means just this. I believe in this or that means, I don't know, but I'm bullying you. Why can't I say I don't know? What's the problem? I do not know is a tremendous possibility in human life. If you see I do not know, naturally the longing to know will come, seeking will come, the possibility of knowing will come. Whatever I do not know, I believe. That means you will never know, you will just go on with your own stuff. So this is why believers always need a flock. But the moment you become a seeker, you become alone. Because if you are the only person who believes something on this planet that nobody else believes, you will feel like a bloody fool. You need 25 people around you who believe the same thing, now you say, all kinds of rubbish. But When once 25 people gather around you and all of you believe the same thing, boo, confidence without clarity will come. Confidence without clarity is a great disaster that has unfolded upon humanity. It's mainly because of belief systems, mainly because people have become unwilling to see what I do not know, I do not know. What is the problem? So, in the yogic culture, we evolved a method. We always identify with our ignorance, never with our knowledge. Because in this cosmos, nobody knows where it begins, where it ends. In our perception at least, it's a limitless space. In this space, even if you grind all the libraries on the planet and pour it into your head, still what you know is just a speck in the universe. If you identify with that speck, you will become that speck. Because whatever you identify, you become that, isn't it? But our ignorance is boundless. If you identify with your ignorance, you will become boundless. So, what I am doing is not because of my confidence, because of clarity.
I don't have any clarity. I just know what I want and I see it and I consume it. But I don't look at it from a clarity perspective, I don't look at it from a educational perspective. I just know I have to have that in order to establish my life the way I would want it to be. I just don't have no understanding of it. I just know it has to be possessed by me in order to function the way I would like to function.
See, clarity is on various different levels. Well, you've been in a sport where if you did not see things clearly, you were down, licking your own sweat and blood. There was clarity, otherwise it wouldn't work.
The clarity of why I'm existing, not the clarity of why I'm fighting a child.
No, I'm just saying, clarity is at different levels.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm saying, any sport for that matter, without clarity you wouldn't be able to function. So, without clarity, there is no successful action in anything. Now, if we are talking about clarity about life itself, have we paid attention to life, first of all? First of all, where is life? These days, if somebody says, my life, you will have to sieve through many things. They may be talking about their dog, they may be talking about their husband and wife, they may be talking about their children, they may be talking about their career, they may be talking about their wealth, they may be talking about their car. We don't know whether they may be talking about their property, their home. We don't know what they're talking about when they say, my life. So let me make this very clear. You have a body, you have a thought process and emotion. But to have all this, fundamentally you're alive, isn't it? You're alive with many accessories. But right now the accessories have become larger than the life itself. Once the accessories become more important or significant than life, then of course everything is topsy-turvy. If you have to walk on your head, it's difficult, of course, because that's not the way life is designed. If you were designed to walk on your head, it would be okay. But you're not designed to walk on your head, you're trying to walk on your head, it's hard. If something happens, people suffer. If nothing happens, they will suffer. If they're poor, they suffer their poverty. You make them rich, they'll suffer the taxes. They're not educated, they suffer that. Put them to school, endless suffering. Not married, they will suffer that. Get them married. I did not say anything. Just tell me one aspect of life that human beings are not suffering. They're suffering every aspect. So offer them death, that will also they'll suffer.